Yet what is there in our world like the achievement of the Indian? Perhaps thus the Druid society met its fate. We do not know. William Morris depicts such an achievement by a Teutonic society in his The House of the Wolvings. Some Christian monastic orders, men and women, have now and then attained this creative potency. In the United States, it was hundreds of tiny Indian societies which held themselves and their individuals at such a level through hundreds of years on to the last hour. And among these hundreds, a goodly number of the societies triumphed past the end of the ravening age and are operative today. In Black Elk Speaks, one of the classics on Indians, John G. Nyhard records the memories and thoughts of Black Elk, an illiterate aged Dakota Sioux. Black Elk was speaking 30 years after the final crushing of the Oglala Sioux Society as an entity, but during the time when the fragments of that society were being pursued into the very fastness of the soul. And I, said Black Elk, to whom so great a vision was given in my youth, you see me now a pitiful old man who has done nothing, for the nation's hoop is broken and scattered. There is no center any longer, and the tree is dead. Black Elk had just been describing, circumstantially, but without any taint of hate or bitterness, the Wounded Knee Massacre of 1890, which had taken place when the Indians had assembled to witness a prohibited religious ceremony. We followed down the dry gulch, and what we saw was terrible. Dead and wounded Indian women and children and little babies were scattered all along where they had been trying to run away. The soldiers had followed along the gulch as they ran and murdered them in there. Sometimes they were in heaps along because they had huddled together, and some were scattered all along. Sometimes bunches of them had been killed and torn to pieces where the wagon guns hit them. I saw a little baby trying to suck its mother, but she was bloody and dead. Black Elk's narrative of Wounded Knee brought to its end his reminiscence. After the conclusion, Nyhard writes, Black Elk and our party were sitting at the north edge of Cooney Table, looking off across the Badlands. The beauty and the strangeness of the earth, as the old man expressed it. Pointing at Harney Peak, looking black above the far sky rim, Black Elk said, There, when I was young, the spirits took me in my vision to the center of the earth and showed me all the good things in the sacred hoop of the world. I wish I could stand up there in the flesh before I die, for there is something I want to say to the 6 grandfathers. They took Black Elk to Harney Peak. I quote further from Nyhard's record, both because it is so fine an expression and because it is so representative. Having dressed and painted himself as he was in his great vision, Black Elk faced the west, holding the sacred pipe before him in his right hand. Then he sent forth a voice, and a thin, pathetic voice it seemed in that vast space around us. Hey-ya-hey, 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 hey-ya-hey. Grandfather, Great Spirit, once more behold me on earth, and lean to hear my feeble voice. You lived first, and you are older than all need, older than all prayer. All things belong to you, the 2-leggeds, the 4-leggeds, the wings of the air, and all green things that live. You have set the powers of the 4 quarters to cross each other, the good road and the road of difficulties you have made to cross. And where they cross, the place is holy. Day in and day out, forever, you are the life of things. Therefore I am sending a voice, Great Spirit, my grandfather, forgetting nothing you have made, the stars of the universe and the grasses of the earth. You have said to me when I was still young and could hope, that in difficulty I should send a voice 4 times, one for each quarter of the earth, and you would hear me. Today I send a voice for a people in despair. You have given me a sacred pipe, and through this I should make my offering. You see it now. From the west you have given me the cup of living water and the sacred bow, the power to make life and to destroy. You have given me a sacred wind and the herb from where the white giant lives, the cleansing power and the healing. The daybreak star and pipe you have given from the east, and from the south the nation's sacred hoop and the tree that was to bloom. To the center of the world you have taken me and showed the goodness and the beauty and the strangeness of the greening earth, the only mother, and they are the spirit shapes of things as they should be. You have shown me and I have seen. At the center of the sacred hoop you have said that I should make the tree to bloom. With tears running, O Great Spirit, my grandfather, with running eyes, I must say now that the tree has never bloomed. A pitiful old man, you see me here, and I have fallen away and have done nothing. Here at the center of the world, where you took me when I was young and taught me, here old I stand, and the tree is withered, my grandfather. Again, and maybe the last time on this earth, I recall the great vision you sent me. It may be that some little root of the sacred tree still lives. Nourish it then, that it may be leaf and bloom and fill with singing birds. Hear me, not for myself, but for my people. I am old. Hear me, that they may once more go back into the sacred hoop and find the good road, the shielding tree. Long ago I would have suspected an element of the histrionic in Black Elk's words, or that Neihardt was partly inventing so balanced and rich a harmony, or that Black Elk was a solitary and exceptional mystical genius. Years of being among Indians of many societies, as one vitally related to them, have shown me otherwise. Perfection of speech goes not where literacy goes for average men, it goes where unwritten language goes. The poetic imagery among tribal Indians was and is as unfailing as Homer's imagery. Black Elk's telling of his life shows that he gave all that he had to the Sioux, his people, and they received and matched all that he had in response.